NFTs are one-of-a-kind collectibles, and a lot of people are buying them mainly for bragging rights. So you could mint and sell your music.
Shocking facts about NFTs. Okay, so you probably heard of NFTs. Maybe you even think you know everything there is to know about them. But the memes about Pepe the Frog and CryptoPunks, all the way to smart contracts and loans, the world of NFTs is changing more rapidly than most people can keep up with. Non-Fungible Tokens, because that's what NFT stands for, have seriously changed the way that most people think about assets online, as their sale and ownership is completely secure using blockchain. So whatever you already know, here are some shocking facts about NFTs that you probably didn't. This is Big Brain Money, feeding your gray matter with power through knowledge. Don't be absent-minded and forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell.
Now to the latest trend that's sweeping the internet.
So-called NFT.
They're now selling for huge bucks.
$69 million.
Oh my gosh. So what's behind this latest craze?
That is the question.
Number 1. NFTs are totally unique. This might sound completely impossible on the internet, but unlike cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, NFTs are totally unique. One-of-a-kind tokens. Mostly using the token standard of Ethereum, ERC-721, every NFT is effectively minted as a verifiable unique asset, which means that it is worth whatever someone is willing to pay. Number 2. Anything can be an NFT. And we mean anything. Literally anything that exists digitally can become an NFT. Though at the moment it mostly concerns digital art, video game skins, and things like that. The flexibility of the tech means that basically anything can be made into a token. Think domain names, tweets, bits of music, or video. Literally anything can be an NFT by linking it to a smart contract and establishing proof of ownership. Number 3. NFTs boost artists to new audiences. NFTs are definitely shaking up the art world and switching the way people think about investing in art. Not just small-time opportunistic artists either, as platforms like OpenSea, Nifty Gateway, and Super Rare are bringing across artists like Trevor Jones and Fuocious. And with almost 1.5 million daily unique users and over $1 billion in sales in July alone, the market is exploding with chances to make a name for yourself as an artist. Number 4. Investing in NFTs can make you rich. Investors the world over are rushing to the NFT space to join in the digital gold rush. With NFTs like CryptoPunk 7523 enjoying a staggering 71,000% appreciation over the space of a few years, investors know they'd be crazy not to jump in and make some big bucks. Still not convinced? In June 2021, the generative art Fidenza number 313 was sold for 0.58 Ether, or about $1,400. In August, it was sold again for 1,000 Ether, or $3.3 million.
NFTs, how do they really work? Are they only really useful for big artists, or can everybody benefit from them? And what does the future really hold for NFTs?
Number 5. Artists can make money indefinitely. Unlike traditional art, where the artist sells their work and thus loses all the rights to it, NFTs promote continued income generation. Blockchain tech and smart contracts make it so that the original artist can still receive a percentage of each future sale of their work, usually of up to about 10%. Look at the last entry and work out what 10% of 3 million is, and then pick up your jaw. Number 6. Forgeries are impossible. That's right, there'll be no bootlegging the Mona Lisa here. While over 50% of all art on the market is speculated to be fake, NFTs and their smart contracts provide unlimited, everlasting proof of ownership using the blockchain ledger. Number 7. The Gunky's Uprising MP3 made big money. Proving that NFTs can indeed be anything, musical artist 3Lau sold a masterpiece of synth that he called Gunky's Uprising on the Nifty Gateway and made a ridiculous $1.3 million. The piece, a collab with art director Slime Sunday, really does capture the energy that is surging through the NFT space. Number 8. Fractionalized NFTs are major business. Fractional NFTs are a great way to share the ownership of digital assets that might be far too expensive for regular people to buy. Look at the original Doge meme. which is now an NFT that is worth over $4 million. This can now be invested in by buying fractional ERC20 tokens of the asset. Basically this. Number 9. The first NFT was just colored coins. In 2012, before most NFTs were on Ethereum, the first attempt at an NFT was on the Bitcoin blockchain and was basically just setting up a metadata layer on the top of Bitcoin to produce different colored coins. This project is still going on even now. Number 10. NFTs can be minted for free on OpenSea. Unlike on other platforms, OpenSea doesn't charge a fee to mint NFTs. It instead charges a commission on the final sale price, which is currently 2.5%. This is a brilliant way for the new NFT creators to dip their toes into the space with absolutely nothing to lose. Number 11. Damien Hirst is playing with NFTs. That's right, Damien Hirst. His idea is to highlight the value of digital ownership with a project called Currency. It features 10,000 hand-painted polka-dotted pieces of paper and for each an accompanying NFTs. Buyers will have to choose between the physical art and the digital version, and 1 year later, either the artwork or the NFT will be burned, which forces people to choose which they value more. How very arty! Number 12. Beeple's Everydays is the most valuable NFT. Digital artist Beeple created a piece called Everydays, which is a mosaic of all his work since 2007 and designed to be a statement to the strengths of the NFT space and its market. He proved his point when this piece sold for a knee-shattering $69.3 million. Number 13. Investment gurus are all in on NFTs. It's nice that the NFT market cap and transaction volume are doing so well, which is very reassuring to many. But the real sense of assurance comes from the fact that investment gurus like Gary Vaynerchuk are predicting massive things for the NFT space, calling it the next big disruptor, just like the internet and e-commerce were before it. Number 14. NFTs can be used as collateral. Now that dApps or decentralized apps are a thing, platforms like NFTFi have risen to follow NFTs to be used as collateral. Thanks to the interoperability of Ethereum's tokens, you can use an NFT to borrow crypto against or to be held to issue loans on. This means that NFT owners and possibly creators can unlock major liquidity from their collectibles. Number 15. Ethereum 2.0 is only going to help. One of the many problems of having almost all NFTs on the Ethereum network means that the gas fees, gas being the cost required to perform a transaction on the network, are very high. The fees are currently due to the proof-of-work principle that Ethereum 1 works on. But with Ethereum 2.0 releasing sometime in 2022, this will switch to a proof-of-stake system, which will see fees and transaction times dramatically decreasing. Number 16. Jack Dorsey sold his first tweet for $2.9 million. Dorsey might look a bit like a homeless pirate, but he certainly does have an eye for internet trends, being the former CEO of Twitter and all. That's why he decided to sell his very first tweet as an NFT and brought in a very handsome $2.9 million after an insane bidding war on vcent.co. The eventual winner was the CEO of Bridge Oracle, Sina Estavi, who also bid on some tweets from Elon Musk. It seems that NFTs can also be used to preserve history, which is ironic because most of the people on Twitter seem to ignore history. So there you go, a whole bunch of crazy facts about NFTs that might well have shocked you to your core. It does seem that NFTs are the real disruptor to the established art and finance world. And anything is possible when you can take anything, slap a smart contract on it, and charge anything for it. What are your thoughts? We'd love to hear from you, so leave your comments down below. Then use the gray matter and like this video. Subscribe to Big Brain Money, ring the notification bell, and share this video. For more information on NFTs, be sure to check out our previous videos like legendary cryptocurrency purchases for the ages, the metaverse and cryptocurrency, and much, much more.